breaking and entering, theft, you know, right? They're gonna break the laws that America has in place, literally. People are gonna go door to door, killing, raping, all that, man. They're gonna be doing all those things, man. All those things you see in the movie, you think it's a fantasy. Oh, that'll never happen. No, those things are gonna happen. Okay, and they're probably gonna happen to you and your family too, if you don't hearken unto the words of the Lord. Okay? All right? It says, they shall not regard kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Okay, which they're gonna have the power to do so. Okay? They're gonna have the power to do these things, man. Okay? They're literally gonna have the power to do these things. They're gonna have the power to kill, take, and all these things. All right? Groups, militias, banding together. All right? Verse 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay? So you're gonna have road blockades. Again, what is election time? This is what they do. Okay? There's a heightening security and whatnot, you know, during the time around elections, right? It says, verse 18, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and the men shall be afraid. Okay? So all these things, men being afraid and road blockades and sedition among men, all these things are going to happen. Okay? It's not an if, it's when is it going to happen. Okay? Because all the signs are there, guys. You know? All the signs of these things that we've been preaching about, it's all coming to pass, man. Okay? It's not a matter of, oh, is it going to happen soon or whatnot? No. It's when is it going to happen. All right? It says, verse 18. Right? And notice it says because of their pride. So their pride is what? These people, they every time something doesn't go their way, they're always trashing and looting and rioting. Okay? So again, that all these things are going to come to pass. It's going to happen. All right? It's going to happen, right? It says, verse 19, and notice it says, men shall be afraid. So that's a big sign of trouble. If the men are afraid, you know the women are going to be afraid. You know the kids are going to be afraid. Everything else is going to be afraid. If men are afraid, okay, you know that's a problem. Because men are literally the first lines of defense. If your defender is scared to defend, you know, what's going to happen? Everyone's going to be in fear. Everybody. Okay? Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, and but shall destroy his house, their houses, the sword, and spoil their goods. So they're gonna, you know, their goods is, you know, their children, their wives, their car. They might take the man's car. They might take the food out of his fridge. They might take his guns and ammunition. They might take his power generator. You know, they might do anything, man. It's gonna be no holds barred, man. Anything goes. You know, it's gonna be anything goes, man. All right. Because of the lack of bread, right? So a famine. A lack of bread is a famine. Okay? So if you guys are wondering, the lack of bread is literally famine. Okay? The lack of bread is famine. So these people are going to be starving. And you already know when they get hungry. When people get hungry, there's no limit to what they'll do. Okay? Which then brings in what? Cannibalism. Okay? They're bringing cannibalism, man. You already know. For the past, 3 years, they've always been talking about. What have they been talking about? Shortages on foods and milk and eggs and breads. Then on top of all of that, you have what? Inflation. So whatever is available, it's going to be too expensive for people to buy. All right? Just like in The Walking Dead, man. When food was scarce, what were the people? There was certain groups in The Walking Dead. What were they doing? Okay? They were eating each other. They were literally cutting people up, butchering them up, you know? Like that movie Colony 2, where the world went into an ice age. There was no food. And the colonies were trying to preserve the world. They were trying to relocate to a harder place of the area of the earth where they could plant the seeds that they had. Okay? Then there was another group. There was a group going around of cannibals. Okay? Going in the colonies and eating the people. Okay? They didn't give a damn about the real food. At that point, their mind's already gone. They were eating people at that point. Okay? That's what you're going to have in the near future, man. Okay? And a lot of y'all are already bugged out because y'all be eating McDonald's every day. You be eating drinking pot. Like, y'all already, you're not even programmed your mind properly. Okay? Y'all never fast. Y'all never do none of these things. You never do none of these, things that the human body needs, like fasting and doing, you don't do those things. Okay? So y'all are not prepared for what's to come. Y'all not prepared to go, y'all are not prepared to go 3 days, 4 days, possibly a week even without food, water. You're not prepared for that, man. You're not. Okay? A lot of you Americans are overweight. You have, you guys call it eating disorder. No one else in the world is there freaking eating disorders. That doesn't exist. You guys are eating crap, and the chemicals in the food is literally rewriting your genetic code in your brain. Okay? Your dopamine receptors are fried because every time you eat something nice, like a flavorful food, okay, it triggers your dopamine receptors. That's what Esau likes to call it. Okay? All right, I'm just gonna go off the, what Esau be saying, so you guys can understand what I'm saying. Okay. All right, that's fried. You eat a McDonald's, that's why every time you eat McDonald's, it never fills you, but it gives you like an instant gratification type of thing. That's with all fast food. Okay. That's why I hardly eat that stuff, man. Like I'll limit that shit to one time a week. Like on a Friday, all right, Friday, I'm not gonna cook. I'm not gonna go all out. I'm gonna just eat something outside, Right? You guys have no discipline, man. Right? That's why y'all big as hell. That's why y'all tweaking, man. That's why when the time comes, y'all gonna be eating your babies, just like in 70 AD. You're always eating babies. You're gonna eat each other. Okay? You're probably gonna eat your grandmother that's on a breathing machine, and you're not gonna be able to protect her and help her in that time. Okay? Y'all gonna be eating animals you're not supposed to be eating, like cats, dogs, and shit. You're gonna be getting disease off that. Certain animals you're not supposed to eat for a certain reason. It'll literally give you diseases and shit. Alright? But y'all gonna be doing all that? Okay? Just like in 70 AD. What do you think the Israelites are doing? They were eating all types of stuff, man. Eating certain poisonous insects and all that. Certain insects you can eat, that's lawful. But, hey, man. I'm telling you. It's getting real crazy out here. The lack of bread in great tribulation, which is, tribulation is trouble. Trouble among people. They have a problem type of thing. Right? Verse 20, behold, saith the Lord power, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me. Okay? All the kings of the earth is all these presidents across the globe. Okay? All these leaders, all these people are looked at as leaders, your celebrities, your prince, because you do still have princes actually. Princes, emperors, presidents. Okay? They're all going to reference the Lord power. They're going to see the Lord's power. Okay? And this is going to come when they're not going to be able to explain all these things that's getting ready to happen. Okay? Miraculous or miracle or mystical things that are getting ready to happen. Okay? Because they can explain the famine, they can explain all these certain things, but in a certain time they can't explain, they're not going to be able to explain the chariots. They're not going to be able to explain supernatural things like brothers healing or protecting. They're not going to be able to explain those things. All right. It says, from the rising of the sun and from the south to the east to Libanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay to the things that they have done to them. Who is them? The Israelites, the Lord's people. Everyone's going to pay what they did to the Lord's people, man. All right. Everyone is going to pay what they have done to the Lord's people. All right. Verse 21. Like as they do, yet this day unto my chosen, so I will see. So the Lord's saying they're chosen. So the Lord's talking about His people. What they've done to the Lord's people, though, they're gonna have to repay. Everyone's gonna have to repay what they've done. Which is all these nations. At one point in time, all these nations have had the Lord's people in subjection and have unrighteously done it. So they're gonna have to have to be recompensed, meaning pay back for those sins. Esau comes back for you for his taxes or his money or whatever the hell. Okay, it's gonna be the same freaking way, man. All right. That's how the Lord's coming. The Lord's coming with that RICO case, man. All these rappers and stuff getting hit with RICOs. The Lord's gonna hit Esau with a RICO. All right. And yeah, this day, where were you? What were you doing this day? Yeah. Oh, you remember this case? Yeah. All right. Oh shit, I don't remember that. That's how the Lord's gonna be coming. That's how there's gonna be massive judgment. The Lord's coming with that judgment, man. All right. Verse 21. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so I do also in recompense to their bosom. Listen to the word power. Verse 22. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not seize them that shed blood upon innocent blood upon the earth. And that's what Esau's getting ready to do. Esau's getting ready to shed a lot of innocent blood. People just want to live life and be normal and work a normal job and pay for their family and be with their family. Esau don't want that. Esau want you to worship him and be all about him, and and he's doing it in an unrighteous manner. So he's going to have to pay for that, man. Especially to the Israelites. You're doing that to the Israelites too. You're gonna have to pay for those sins, man. All right. God.